What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Taylor, and today I'm going to be sharing my favorite food swaps for weight loss. Just a disclaimer, I am not a licensed or certified dietitian. I am just someone who has gained weight and lost weight and gained weight again, lost it again. So I've been able to gain knowledge of things that work for me to help me lose weight, and I'm just sharing them with you guys. So just a quick little background. I gained about 60 pounds when I was pregnant with my daughter. I was able to lose all but about 10 pounds of that over the course of about a year and a half. But last year around the holidays, I went from 174 all the way back up to 195. I know, it was really heartbreaking because I worked so hard to lose all that weight that I did, and it slowly started creeping back up. But it wasn't until the beginning of this year, when I was working on losing that weight, when I realized that I needed to make a change. Now, all throughout my beginning stages of my fitness or weight loss journey or whatever, I never really paid too much attention to counting calories, only because I kind of struggled with my relationship with food, and I felt like counting calories was just going a little bit too far for me at the time. But this year, when I was trying to lose that weight that I had gained over the holidays, I had to do something different than what I was doing to help me get the weight off. And so started counting calories. I wouldn't say, okay, I started tracking calories, not counting calories. It's the same thing, but like it kind of means different things to me. But I was keeping track of how much I was eating and following serving sizes just to gauge how much I was eating. And then that's when I realized that a lot of the foods that I was eating were very high in calorie for such a small amount. Like if you really follow the serving size and look at it, you're like thinking like, is this for a toddler? Because it's such a small amount that you get for the amount of calories it is sometimes. That's when I started looking into finding some lower calorie options so that I won't have to completely change my diet. I can just make simple swaps and it will save me a ton of calories over time. So I'm going to be sharing some of those food swaps with you guys today. So let's just go ahead and jump on into it. So for starters, I used to eat a lot of breakfast burritos or quesadillas because it's easy and simple. And the first thing that I swapped out was my tortillas for some that were lower in calories. I have gone through 3 or 4 different brands to try to get as close to an original tortilla as I can, and I found that this one and another one from Aldi is the closest that I can find to a regular tortilla. But these right here, the Mission Carb Balance flour tortillas, there's only 70 calories for 1 tortilla, and these are standard size tortillas. They're not super small because they have the like street taco size that's like 40 calories, but I've never tried those because those are too small for what I like to make out of my tortillas. I just bought these from Sam's, and it is a 16 count pack for about $7.50, but you can find them at Walmart or any other grocery store. I used to eat the other brand, I can't think of the name right now, but I will put a picture of it on the screen. But those were very different than a regular tortilla. The flavor was different, the texture, it was kind of like gummy, and I was quite miserable, not gonna lie, but it was much lower in calories than the regular tortilla. So I pushed through and I sucked it up and ate it. But Lord knows I was so jealous of seeing my husband eat the regular tortillas while I was eating mine that tasted nothing like how the other ones taste. Oh my goodness. So when I first was swapping out some foods, I was buying the original version for my husband because he's on like a weight gain or like doesn't really care what he eats journey. Like he's just living life. And me, I try to be aware of how much I'm eating, what I'm eating or whatever, because I have goals that I'm trying to achieve. But now we pretty much just buy the same thing for both of us because like I said, they taste the same. They just are made up differently to have less calories. So that's the first option. And the next option is ranch. This was a big one for me because I like salads. I like to put this on my wraps, quesadillas, whatever. I just like ranch. I mean, who doesn't like ranch? And this ranch, this light ranch, only has 60 calories for 2 tablespoons versus the original one being 130 calories for 2 tablespoons. So that's pretty crazy, and it's a huge difference. You are saving over 50% of calories by making such a simple swap, and it it tastes the exact same. So that is a super easy swap that you can make. And another thing is, we eat a lot of taco salad or burritos or whatever, and taco sauce is a really good sauce to put on your taco salad or whatever. And the best part is it's 0 calories. So whenever we have taco salad for dinner, I put mostly taco sauce on it and then a little bit of ranch so that I won't be, you know, eating all my calories in sauce. So yeah, moving on. Another one is for when I eat, and another one is mustard. The great thing about mustard, it's 0 calories. So whenever I make like ham or turkey sandwiches, I will use mustard as my condiment to keep my sandwich from being dry. And I use like half a serving of Miracle Whip or something just to get that, you know, flavor that I like from mayonnaise or whatever. I just recently tried this honey mustard, but it's the French's brand. Only 45 calories for 2 tablespoons versus regular honey mustard having 130 calories for 2 tablespoons. Now, I will be honest about this one. This one does taste different than regular honey mustard, how it's super sweet. And this one is not bad. It just tastes more like mustard than like, you know, honey mustard or something that's super sweet. But it's not bad. So I like to dip my chicken and fries in this when I eat it for lunch. And another thing is my bread. Okay, I'm gonna try to do my best to show y'all this, but low calorie bread or keto, it seems like all the lower calorie option foods is labeled like keto or carb friendly or carb smart, whatever. But I'm not in it for the carb smart aspect of it because I love my carbs and I see nothing wrong with carbs. It's all about calories at the end of the day. Okay, if you're trying to lose weight, you gotta eat less than you burn. So that's how I think of it. So I don't care about carbs. I'm not scared of them. Okay, I'm a big pasta lover, but this bread right here, the Nature's Own light honey wheat bread, I'm not gonna lie, I don't taste the honey in it. It's just wheat bread, but it's whatever. Only 40 calories per slice. So for 2 slices, 80 calories. That's a lot less than 150 calories if you were to like be trying to make a sandwich or eat some toast and you use 2 pieces of bread. That's 150, 160 calories. That's a lot. So you can have half the calories for the same amount of food. Say you eat a sandwich, you know, sometimes you want to go back for that second sandwich, but like, you know, that's 300 calories versus just 150 calories in just bread alone, and you're not even counting the meat or the mayo or whatever you use. So this right here is a great swap. It tastes just like regular wheat bread and it's got the same texture as regular bread. I know a lot of times whenever you get like the keto or carb friendly bread, it's like it's really stiff and thick and it tastes more like a pillow than bread. So this one right here tastes just like normal wheat bread. And bread was another thing that I used to buy 2 different kinds of, regular for my husband and this one for me, but he started eating it too and he realized it tastes the same or doesn't taste that bad. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I used to be a big white bread lover, like Wonder Bread, like it has a sweetness to it. Like when I tell you I love my carbs, I love pasta, bread, starch. Is starch a carb? I don't know, but I love me some pasta, some bread, some potatoes. I love all the carbs, okay? So bread was kind of a hard thing to give up, but once I found that, because I went from like eating bread or eating sandwiches to cutting it out completely. Like that's how all this started. Before I found the swap, I cut it out of my diet completely. And then I started looking around and actually trying other options that were more calorie friendly. And that's when I realized that I can still eat everything I used to eat, just swap out some main ingredients to save calories. So I went through that whole process and found some good swaps so that y'all don't have to. Y'all just watch this video and, you know, try it out for yourself. But one main thing, this is the biggest thing that we've changed. We actually changed this a couple years ago now at this point. The main swap right here. I just so happen to have these in the fridge to give a good example because my in-laws were just out here and they bought some and my husband drinks them now that they are gone. But this is a 0 calorie soda. Let me find the label. A 0 calorie soda called Zevia, and this is a regular ginger ale. They are the same size, same flavor, but this one has 130 calories and this one has 0. They are both sweetened, but they're sweetened with different things. So the Zevia is sweetened with stevia. Stevia doesn't have any calories. This right here is what we've been drinking and buying for the past couple years, and we don't buy sodas anymore. My husband drinks them still when they're available to him, but as far as like buying them and keeping them in the house, we don't do that anymore. That was one of the biggest swaps because growing up, I wasn't a huge soda drinker. I would drink them at functions, and if I went out to eat or something and my meal came with the drink, I would get a soda, no problem. But when I got older, got married, moved in with my husband, we kind of got hooked on sodas at one point, and we kept a 12 case in the fridge. Okay, that was right after I had my daughter. I struggled to lose that baby weight. So finding a good 0-calorie swap for sodas that still taste good was a game changer for me. And I'm not gonna lie, stevia has an acquired flavor, so it is something that you have to get used to, but over time it will literally start tasting like a regular soda, especially when it's ice cold. Okay, all these foods that I found swaps for are foods that genuinely like I love and pretty much can't live without, but the calorie difference is drastic enough for me to be willing to make the changes. So another one is cheese. I started using mozzarella cheese instead of Kobe Jack cheese, which are both good and they're good with different meals. I didn't stop eating Kobe Jack cheese completely, but I just swapped it in foods that I would be eating personally for myself. Like if I was making a salad or making some eggs, then I would use the mozzarella cheese instead of Kobe Jack and just things like that. But if I'm making like lasagna, then I'm going to use the Kobe Jack cheese because some cheeses just don't taste good with certain meals. So whenever I can swap it, then I will. For one serving of Kobe Jack cheese, it's around 110 calories, and for the mozzarella cheese, it's only 80 calories, and it's the same amount. And another thing, if you are at the beginning of your journey and if you're trying to lose some weight a little bit faster, then another good swap is egg whites instead of eggs. Now I'm not gonna lie, egg whites versus like regular eggs is very different. Egg whites taste, I can't explain it, but if you know, you know. And regular eggs just hit different because that yolk gives flavor, okay? The egg whites by themselves really don't have much flavor, so you really have to like season it really good or it's really not gonna taste good. I ate egg whites for about a couple of months, 2 or 3 months, and eventually I just started back eating regular eggs. I just would pretty much cut it off at 2 because 1 egg is 70 calories, so 2, that'd be 140. I used to eat an average of 3, which was 210 calories just in eggs, and then I would have a stack of pancakes, and then I would have some bacon or some sausage, and then I'd load it up with butter and syrup. Oh my goodness, when I think about it, sometimes I really used to eat a whole lot, so no wonder I wasn't losing any weight and I was just gaining. I was really drawn to egg whites when I was first looking for swaps because egg whites have significantly less calories in them, but like I said, you're going to be making up for it in flavor. Like it's very different, but if you can make it taste good, then go for it. But I personally, I don't eat just egg whites anymore. I eat regular eggs, but if you want to kind of do like a half and half thing, you can do like 1 egg and some egg whites just to get a little bit of the flavor from the yolk and not so much the calories, and you can get more in volume with the egg whites. So that's one thing you can do. And another thing is like chicken tenders. I used to eat just like regular breaded chicken tenders, like the Tyson kind. I know Tyson's not a good brand to buy chicken from, but you kind of have limited options sometimes. So I used to buy the Tyson chicken tenders. I used to just buy the regular ones, but then I saw that they had an air fry version which saved like 75% on fat. I used to buy those, but then I found another brand that I started buying instead. But there is a different brand, I think it's called Too Good or Too Good something. I will put it on the screen. It's lightly breaded like chicken tenders, chicken nuggets, and you're still able to eat, you know, chicken tenders on your salad or just like as a meal or snack or whatever, but you are saving the calories because it is lightly breaded. And another one that I found seemingly easy because I don't like beef is eating ground turkey instead of like beef. I don't like beef, so so I never bought ground beef. I always bought ground turkey. It does taste different, but it's not in a bad way. So we eat a lot of homemade pizza, so instead of the regular pepperoni, these are the ones that I bought for my husband. I used to buy the regular ones until I saw that these were the regular, I guess, or whatever, regular pepperoni, but it has less fat, which cuts out some of the calories. But before, we used to just buy the regular ones, and these are for him, and then I eat the turkey pepperoni. Okay, now these, I'm not gonna lie, they do taste different. These are not as flavorful or like have that like saltiness that you enjoy from a pepperoni as the regular one. So that's one thing that I did have to get used to, but it's fine because I can still enjoy the pepperoni. And the turkey ones is only 70 calories for 17 pieces versus these are lower in calories than the regular ones, but these are 120 calories for only 15. So you can get more volume for less calories, and that is pretty much what this is all about. Because when you're on a weight loss journey or fitness journey, you obviously have to be eating less calories, but you definitely are going to be struggling if you have to eat less volume. So by making swaps where you can eat more volume or about the same as you would be. But I believe that is all of the swaps that I can pretty much think of off my head, or any that I've made on my journey so far. And I hope that this was helpful. I hope that you guys give it a try, and I hope that it helps out on your wellness journey. So I just want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of this year. So if you're watching this, please subscribe, help me out, join the channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.